to Pure Nebraska. Karol Swan is here again. She is a volunteer with the farm women's group CommonGround.
Yeah, in our last segment we talked about how to decide between fact and fiction when it comes to news about food and agriculture. Well, now Karol is going to show us how to make a great recipe for the new year. And I think, back to school now, parents are looking for quick recipes in the morning, and this could be one, right?
Yes, this could definitely be one. This is an oatmeal muffin recipe, and it came out of an old Betty Crocker cookbook. My mom had one in the 50s, and she cooked a little bit, but she was great on muffins. And actually, I got a cookbook in the 70s, a book, Betty Crocker one, that was also in there. So it's sort of a vintage recipe when you think about it.
I like that.
I was looking online about Betty Crocker, and just kind of an icon that answered questions and did a lot of things. And so it was kind of fun. So what you start out with is a cup of oatmeal.
Is that quick oats?
Quick oats, yes.
Okay.
And there's a difference, quick oats, old-fashioned oats.
Old-fashioned oats, if you use old-fashioned oats, you gotta let them set a little longer just so they soak up. And I put a half cup of brown sugar.
Okay.
And this is a cup of buttermilk, and I use the powdered kind of buttermilk because sometimes you buy a jar and it sets forever.
That's true. Thank you
We
very
just
much.
bought some, for a recipe,
1 egg. And then a third of a cup of vegetable oil. The old one said shortening. The old-fashioned recipe said shortening. But vegetable oil works. It's your choice. They've got a plethora. Then you mix this up. And to make it the best, you let it set. But then you put a cup of flour, and we'll just put that in there. And let's see, a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of cinnamon, baking powder, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of baking soda.
Okay.
Then you just stir gently. You don't want to get it too...
Don't get it all over your clothes,
all over your clothes, and you don't want to beat like a cake mix because you kind of want it to be have a lot of texture.
The thing with muffins, you don't want to stir it too much, right?
No, just barely stir it. See how you can still see the flour on there? And just barely stir it, and then grease your muffin tins, and just put about, there's my egg in there, a little bit in there like that.
And we do have about a minute left. Karol, maybe you want to tell us how to make the honey butter today.
The honey butter, okay. It's a cup of sugar, a cup of honey, and a cup of whipping cream, and you put this in a saucepan, and you let it boil like kind of candy, like stir it and boil for about 3 minutes. Then you can put it either in a blender or in a bowl, a whole pound of butter, and then you just whip it together, and it comes out, and it seems really rich, but when I kind of did the calorie count on it, it's comparable to peanut butter.
I know it said
as far as calories.
I know it said Brenda's honey butter.
Yeah, that's my neighbor.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's my neighbor. Do you let it sit out? It's like this, just sitting out?
I had to put it in the refrigerator.
That's what I wondered. Okay.
Yeah, I put it because it's really, really runny.
And then
when
just put that on top.
Yep.
Here you go, John.
Great.
Try it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a fun thing, and you could put them in these little pretty jars and put them in the fridge. Give them for gifts.
Ooh.
And because it makes a fair amount, the whole recipe.
I love butter. Honey.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Honey and butter mixed together, right?
It's good, and it's say if you have hot bread and
Thank you, Karol.
Yeah, it's really good.
Very good. And we're going to have this on our Facebook page later today, Taryn.
Pure Nebraska Facebook page. That's right.
All right.